I'm really excited about our first guest tonight because Sam Powers I have known for over 2 decades. Now, when I first met him, we were both just getting started, and it's been really fun following each other's careers because this guy has gone from strength to strength. He had his own show in Australia in Cairns for years, and he did a record number of performances, and it's one of the only shows of its kind, like a record-breaking run in Australia. And then he shot to fame on the show Australia's Got Talent with one of the greatest illusion spots that I've ever seen on there, and I can't wait to talk to him about that because you're going to get a real kick out of this, I promise. And more recently, and what we're going to be talking about today, he is the host and also the creator of a new wave of magic competition. It's an online competition. We're going to be talking about it. It's called Cyber Magic Superstar. And here is the creator and my friend with a huge cyber round of applause, the incredible Mr. Sam Powers. Hey, Sam.
Hey, Jamie. Great to see you, mate.
Yeah, it's great to talk to you. We are so excited about this competition, mate, and I know that we're going to be talking a lot about this competition, so I don't want to get into it right now. I want to talk to you just for a minute, just to have a bit of a catch up.
Sure.
But Sam, we've known each other for like how long ago was it that we met?
It's literally 2 decades. It was year 2000 or 2001, so the best part of 2 decades, and it's just flown by so fast.
Yeah, I reckon you might be my oldest friend in magic, possibly.
Wow.
Certainly on a professional level.
Definitely. Well, I remember you came here on a cruise ship, and then
Right.
we were catching up quite a fair bit, and then we reconnected again when I was doing the USA ships over in Alaska, and that was fun, and we've just kind of stayed in touch since, and it's been awesome to watch your journey too. I mean, that's pretty epic in itself.
Well, we can sit here stroking each other's egos all night, but we're gonna. But I will say it was really kind of you back in the day because I was stuck in Sydney for 9 days between two different ships, and I didn't know anybody out there. And I went into a magic shop and I met the guy that ran the shop, and he said, "Oh, you'll like this guy Sam. He does illusions." And that night you came and like picked me up, I think, and we went out and we hung out for most of the time that I was there in those days, and I have great fond memories of that time. It
was good
a
fun.
wonderful first experience.
Definitely good fun.
Yeah, and let's talk about Got Talent. I know that you did this amazing show in Cairns, but Got Talent, that really cemented it for you. And a lot of people have done Got Talent. You did it back in the day when it really, really meant something. And you did an illusion in either the final or the semi-final that I still think was the best illusion spot that ever has been on that show. And I'd love to talk to you a bit about that. We're going to run a clip of it in a moment. But tell us a bit about that experience, Sam.
Yeah, sure, Jamie. Thanks very much. I mean, it was really because I was in a 400 show a year contract at the Reef Hotel Casino where I was four-walling the show. So I was doing such a volume of shows. It gave me confidence to do the most crazy, wild, epic stuff live to tape for Australia's Got Talent, which looking back on it, I can't actually believe I did that. But when the producers were approaching me for 5 or 6 years and I agreed to do the show, but said, I want to do something bigger and more epic than what's ever been done on the show before. And I had this idea to transform a Mini Cooper into a Ferrari 458 Italia, but to do it in a visual kind of shadow morph and then do a teleport in the middle of a supersonic sub-trunk.
Don't give away the end yet, Sam, because in a minute we're going to play a clip of it. But...
Yeah, sure. But no, it was literally a year worth of pre-production and work and, like something like 17 crew to pull it all off simultaneously. And, we had to hire out, just on my own accord, the entire Sydney Exhibition Centre with stunt drivers and the whole crew and everybody just to rehearse it for an entire day at my own cost before we even got to the AGT set because it was just such a massive undertaking, but it was tons of fun.
Yeah, and in a moment, magicians, you're going to get a real kick out of this. You're going to think you know everything that's about to happen, and you don't. There's going to be something that happens to this that will surprise you. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Wasn't that incredible? Sam, what was that feeling like jumping out of that car at the end? You must have gone this is off the charts.
Again, looking back, I can't believe I actually had the balls to do that, especially with the supersonic speed sub trunk in the middle. We had one shot, one camera take, and one go. I remember jumping off stage and we just all did this massive big group hug at the end, all the crew, and it was fantastic. It was a really good team effort.
Was that live, Sam?
It was live to tape, live audience, and one shot. So, so it didn't go live to air, but live to tape with no second chances.
Wow, it was extraordinary. And another thing that you've been getting a bit of press heat for recently, which is really cool, is the your take on the aerial escape. And you've literally taken that to new heights, and that was a hell of a process. You want to talk to us about that? Because we're going to run a clip of this in a minute, and your viewers will get a real kick out of this.
Yeah, definitely. So I was approached to do a series of stadium shows, or a stadium that could seat 50,000 people. So for a stadium so large, we had to do something that was going to be visual. And the Jaws of Death was a cool idea, but we had to make it visual. So we looked at the idea of bringing the escape up under a crane at 150 feet with no safety net or air mattress. And so we, but we had to figure out an ending because typically the Jaws of Death is an escape where you're buckled in a straitjacket, hoisted upside down in this massive bear trap. And the bear trap's held open with a piece of rope which is set on fire. And then you've got to escape from the jacket before the bear trap slams shut when the rope burns through. So, and typically on stage, you just fall a couple of feet onto the stage and that's the trick. But with this one, we're 150 feet up. So we're like, well, I went to contact a stunt school to train to do a high fall onto an air mattress. But as I contacted the stunt school, a stunt artist actually died and snapped his neck from a high fall onto an air mattress. And it became illegal in Australia while the investigation was on. Meanwhile, I was already contracted for the show and I had no ending. So I had to come up with an idea to get out of the Jaws. And I thought, what if I could somehow, when I escape, free fall and have a hidden deployment system similar to like a bungee, so that when I fall, people think I'm falling to my death, but really all this Inspector Gadget stuff comes out and I get collected on the bungee at the bottom. So the hard part was rigging the apparatus without anyone seeing any cables or any harnessing on me or nothing at all. So that moment of theatre was so perfect. When I escape and I drop for 2 seconds, you've got 50,000 people that are going, whoa, because they think I'm literally falling to my death. And then 2 seconds later, it's like, because the bungee collects me. And it was definitely probably one of the most biggest undertakings I've ever gone through. Just the physical fitness.
I was scared for you. Yeah. You FaceTimed me one time when you were setting it up, and before you'd done it, and you had this air of coolness about it, but this inner fear, of like, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. And when you're a magician, you've got to the point where you've decided to do it, you've commissioned all the stuff, which is not cheap, and now you've committed to do it, and now there's sort of no way out, is there? There's no back door. And there's that moment when the realization really sets in, which is probably around about 20 feet for you, when it starts to go, right, well, this is it. There's nothing I can do now.
Well, it's true. Look, the crazy part, Jamie, is that when I went into training for it, I actually, on day 2, I was training under the T-bar at the gym where you'd normally do chin-ups. So I was hanging upside down in my gravity boots and I slipped off and I fractured my rib cage and also tore my lower abdominals. And I don't know whether you've ever done one or either of those, but it's the most excruciatingly painful thing you can ever do, especially when you have to go through 6 more weeks of grueling training to do this. So I had the x-ray and the doctors were saying, do not do the escape. We would not give you a certificate because your fractured rib on the rebounce on the escape could puncture your lung and it can choke to death up there at 150 feet before you even get down. The paramedics can help you. And so I just went on knowing I had no choice and I just had to do it. And it was that was crazy times, but it was definitely a lot of fun.
Wow. I know you told me about a couple of close calls in either the rehearsal or the performance of that. I don't want to get into it in case we're giving away any secrets, but wow, it was like, that was some serious stuff there. And that trick, it's never looked the same to me since. I mean, sure, it's a great thing in a theatre. It's fun that you call it a bear trap, though. That's got to be like the cruelest bear trap in all of
Totally. You wouldn't want to be a bear in that one. But even in the theatre, I still think that the extra height does give it some more sensation from the audience. So I'm fully trained for a high fall from 40 feet. So on the stage, I'll still do it as high as possible and give the audience that exhilaration of that massive high fall, the stunt fall onto the ground. And that's fun as well. So it's just taking it to another little level. It's just give it a bit of a point of difference.
It's fantastic. Let's take a look, everybody. Take a look at Sam's incredible high jaws of death. This is 150 feet off the ground, and this clip was done live to air. Take a look.
It takes 2 minutes to burn.
All the stress, all the adrenaline, 60 crunches.
This is making me feel sick.
This lip thing, his shoulder bound by the hands. The straight jacket's off, things get tense. Looks about 60 crunches. Still the problem.
So Sam, you're here today to help promote Cyber Magic Superstar, which is a brand new style of competition. I think that you're going to start a whole new wave of this art form, and I want to know how it came about. I want to know everything about the competition, and also we're going to try and encourage some of our viewers to join in with this thing, because you can win yourself $10,000 among a host of other prizes and experiences and things. So Sam, tell us about how this whole competition came about.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so first and foremost, I've done a lot of charity work throughout the last 2 decades of my career. Like the first show I ever did, I donated the money to the Jesuit missions, and it's just kind of been something I've always done. And so when we went into lockdown in Australia, we're watching the news a lot with like the massive big cases in America where they're just desperate for PPE, the protective wear for the healthcare workers battling the front line of the COVID-19 pandemic. And so I'm just thinking, what can I do? But like I can't do shows, so that I can't really help. And then I was watching all the magicians were going online because they lost their biggest platform to showcase their work in a live environment. So they're all posting content onto social media. And I thought, hang on a minute, what if I could build this one central entertainment hub where magicians post their content, we celebrate their work, we raise money for a charity, and we put a massive big cash prize as incentive for magicians to put their work into this entertainment hub at $5 an entry. And that's how it was born. We got 3 of the world's best magicians in different genres to judge the competition, but knowing that this is not about being the world championships of Magic Online. This is just, all we need is an awesome video that's fun to watch. But like the kind of TikTok viral videos you watch where it's just like the Magic content is kind of okay, but they're just so entertaining to watch. And that's kind of how the whole concept was born.
It's a really original idea, and it's also presented so well. I'm seeing a lot of the content appearing on the Facebook group for the magicians that are a part of it, and it's pretty simple process. You know, you just pay your $5, you get your entry code, and you can go onto the show. You post your video, and what is it, Sam? You want to get 10 shares, and then you're in it.
That's right. So as long as the video is under 90 seconds duration and one continuous shot, we approved onto the timeline. And once your video gets 10 Facebook shares, you are then in the running for the $10,000 cash prize. So there's been some pretty amazing videos and very funny videos in there as well. It's been great.
I want to touch on that a moment, because I'm sure that there's a lot of young kids, and I'm going to be harking on about this in the show, but there's a lot of young kids that might look at this and go, well, I don't know if I can compete with that. My personal thought is a lot of people are looking at this content, and right now they're all creating their videos, and I think there's going to be a few appearing, a lot appearing soon. But you should get onto this anyway. If you're up and coming in Magic, you should get onto it, because it is a great platform to showcase your talents and to be seen by these world-class judges, and to be seen by all of the fans of this competition. So it's a really good entry into this world of Magic. Don't remember, it doesn't have to be a jaw-dropping trick, does it, Sam? It has to be all about the presentation and about the end product of it.
That's right, yeah. So the judges are all coached to know that the criteria is kind of upside down from the judging criteria of something like FISM, the World Championships of Magic. So top of the criteria for FISM is like technical skill and handling and originality. But on this one, number 1 on the criteria is entertainment value, and then the next one is showmanship and presentation. And then, moving down the list, creativity, because we do celebrate commercial effects, but we're looking for creative presentations of them. So you probably couldn't get away with that too much at FISM, but this is not the World Championships of Magic. And there's been some really entertaining videos that are using commercial effects that are just fun to watch. And that's exactly what we're looking for, because there's 2 parts to this Cyber Magic Superstar. We've got the competitors, and then we've got the audience that comes in to consume the content, because it's a free group and it's all public, anyone can watch. And so we do have that audience factor in mind that really want to enjoy the content.
It's amazing. I want you to take a look at this trailer for Cyber Magic Superstar.
Hey, can you do something like this? Maybe something like this. Or even something like this. Think of any wild animal.
A zebra?
No way. If you've got an awesome magic trick, you could win $10,000 cash. I'm Sam Powers, and this is Cyber Magic Superstar, the world's biggest online magic competition where absolutely anyone can win, even you. Check out cybermagicsuperstar.com now. Really? A zebra?
Yeah.
So that is Cyber Magic Superstar. Check it out. Go to the Facebook group. You're going to be pleased that you did. This is going to be a game changer in our industry. And also, it's got a really nice charity angle, doesn't it, Sam? We're raising money for... Who is the charity that this is raising for?
Yeah, so the charity is called getusppe.org. So they're the largest provider of protective wear in America that just get the gear to all the healthcare workers battling the front line of the COVID-19 pandemic. They're a really fantastic organisation.
Okay, and if you want to enter Cyber Magic Superstar, try and win yourself 10 grand. Not only can you do that, you can also get prizes from Murphy's Magic. Isn't that right, Sam?
Definitely, yes. So Murphy's Magic Supplies have come on board and they've got a ton of really awesome prizes with the hottest magic effects on the market right now. And that's almost daily. We've got, so every time I go Facebook Live, we announce the next prize, and anyone who enters, they're all in the running. We put their names into a barrel and we just randomly pull one out, and just for entering, you win the prize. And there's more announcements coming, but that's what I can say for now. And the first one's up on the Facebook group at the moment. And yeah, go check it out.
And if you want to be a part of Cyber Magic Superstar, you still have time to think about your entry and get it filmed. The closing date is Wednesday. What is it, Sam? Correct me.
The 29th of July at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So Wednesday, the 29th of July, Eastern Standard Time, basically the end of the day there. So you've got a little bit of time yet. So go and check out that group and get your content out there and be seen, and maybe win some cool prizes, and maybe win yourself 10 grand. Some amazing judges. We're going to be having Max Mavin and Franz Harari that are both judges. They're coming up on the show in a little while. They're going to be telling you more about what they will be looking for in this incredible competition. But for now, Sam, I'm going to let you get back on with your day, or probably go back to sleep, hey?
Yeah, super early right here, so I might catch a little nap on the way back in. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to need that. You're going to need that rest. You've got big things ahead of you as this competition is building daily. If you're a fan of magic, go and check out the Facebook page for Cyber Magic Superstar. It is an incredibly innovative competition, and it's great to see such originality and this amazing content all in one place. If you're a fan of magic, you'll be very glad you did. But right now, I want you all, the cyber world, and Tommy, if you could line up a massive cyber round of applause for my my dear friend, the incredible and the very innovative Mr. Sam Powers. Thanks for coming on the show, Sam.